Leaders, do you want to destroy trust in your team tonight? Then lead with your ego. So let's talk about ego in this video. So a lot of times people think ego is loud, right? It's this big loud thing, big boisterous, bully, A-type personality, and they're cocky and, oh, I can't stand that person. They think their shit doesn't stink, like that kind of thing. People always attribute that to ego, right? So here's the thing though. Ego can hide in good intention. It can hide in good intention. So let's think through that for 2 seconds. Over-explaining, micromanaging, or not allowing people to ask questions. Over-explaining, micromanaging, not allowing people to ask questions. That's ego, my friends. That's ego, right? That hides silently because it's not loud. It's not boisterous. It's not punching you in the face. The other part of ego is when there's an attitude of, oh, I've done this before. Almost like, why can't you? Right? Like, are you dumb? Oh, I'll just do it for you, as you seem to be struggling. That's ego, right? Think about how that's making the other person feel. Now, feedback. Ego is hidden in your leadership ability to not allow for feedback, right? So if you don't allow your team to give you feedback, to give you suggestions, that's also ego because you think you know it and you don't care about their opinions, their guidance, their expertise, their ideas kind of thing. So that's ego. So now, what is it really, what's the problem it causes? Number one is there's no feedback loop. There's no 360 feedback loop where everybody can talk to everybody at any time, kind of like AKA an open door policy. And yes, it's direct, but it's professional. It's not harmful. But so when somebody has an ego, people don't want to approach that person, correct? So it creates silence in the team, in the workplace, because they won't come to you. So they just hunker down, suck it up, look for another job. Athletically, they're like, oh, did I make a good decision to commit to this college or whatever the case may be? So it just suppresses that person on your team. And that's not how you create cohesion or drive excellence. So what's the flip? What's the flip? How do you flip the switch as a leader? Number one is immediate accountability. So if you as a leader screw up, take credit for the screw up. Don't make excuses. Just own it and show what you're going to do differently next time. That in itself will let your people know, your team know that you are open to feedback, you're humble, you're human, you're not perfect, you make mistakes, but my God, when you do make a mistake, you address it immediately and move fast, and you're already teaching them how to think differently, how to come up with a solution. And obviously, we all make mistakes, and you can't hover in them, right? You can't sit and hover in them. Well, what if, oh, poor me, poor me. No, 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 no. You're a leader. You got to step it up. You got to be the person that shows people how to deal with X. That's your role. That's your role. How do you deal with X? Now, leading and trust, how it's really not the end result, right? It comes from that journey. It comes from the journey from somebody. That's where you create the relationship, create the trust. So if you're a leader that works on not being egotistical and you work on creating this culture, implementing, the 5 pillars of cohesion that I did in last week's video and things of that nature, and you're working hard, that work of being this leader that creates this culture, that's where the collective efficacy, that's where the trust in the group starts to develop. Okay. But if you run around with an ego, like you know it all, you've done it all, you're not going to get the desired response from your team. Now, as a leader, do you have more experience? You should. And you've got to pass that knowledge down, correct? You got to pass it down. You got to help. You got to help people pave their way. So it's not talking down to them. It's paving their way and helping them navigate that vertical faster because they can learn from your mistakes. They can learn from your errors. They can learn from your guidance. So Don't let ego get in your way of creating that team cohesion. And don't let it get in the way of you being an effective leader. If you like the content, subscribe. New video every Tuesday. Dr. Philip-Neri.